Tzu Chi Thailand chapter distributes food and daily supplies to over 3,000 families. Tzu Chi volunteers hold Buddha Day ceremony at a park in Tucheng, New Taipei City. Welcome to Dai Headlines. I'm Simon Gan. Thank you for joining us. Tzu Chi Thailand chapter has been continuing the aid distribution during the epidemic. Tzu Chi has distributed food and daily supplies to over 3,000 families, including refugees.
Everything lock, no have money, no have food, so good for us.
Tzu Chi Thailand chapter continues its distribution even at times during the pandemic. On this day, volunteers invited the local refugees to the Jingsi Hall to receive the aid supplies.
Today is the first step. Next week, we'll also distribute these supplies to the refugee areas, which are located further away, so that they do not need to travel so far.
Inside the heavy bags are daily necessities for the families and everyone's love.
Because the surgical mask is hard to obtain here, so we give them this fabric mask, which can be washed 30 times and is antibacterial.
We can survive 10 days, 15 days. Tzu Chi, this work good for people's appreciate Tzu Chi.
Tzu Chi is open-hearted, wholeheartedly. They are serving people without any color, without any religion, without any nation. They are all serving. So I am the part of Tzu Chi. I am so happy.
Although the epidemic has turned for the better in Bangkok, volunteers are still very careful while carrying out prevention measures. They still abide to the social distancing rule and also wear prevention equipment during the distribution.
During the distribution process, Tzu Chi did a wonderful job on prevention measures. From measuring the body temperature to the disinfection process, everyone in the process is thoroughly protected.
Besides holding the distribution in the Jingsi Hall, volunteers also delivered the aid supplies to the doorsteps of the recipients personally.
Some of them may have difficulty coming to take the aid supplies, so we deliver it to them using a tricycle.
There are people in our community who distribute mailboxes, but they cannot be stored for a long time. Tzu Chi distributes rice and daily necessities, which helps the family facing difficulties.
Tzu Chi has helped over 3,000 families over the past 2 weeks, in hopes that this love and care will accompany them through this hard time. Tzu Chi Philippines chapter held another rice distribution for 1,600 families in Tacloban. Besides receiving aid, the locals are also happy to give back to society. Susanna is one of them. She received Tzu Chi's help when Typhoon Haiyan hit the Philippines back in 2013. She has since donated her bamboo bank whenever Tzu Chi visits the area. Carrying on the shoulders of the men is not just the 25 kilos of rice, but the weight of hope.
Our residents are all worried about the epidemic. After Typhoon Haiyan, Tzu Chi never forgets us. Whenever we needed help, Tzu Chi is always there. We are very grateful.
Due to the epidemic, the lives of the locals were badly affected. For the trishaw drivers who just lost their job, a bag of rice is just what they need.
Thank you for the bag of rice. It's a great help for me.
Besides receiving, they are also happy to donate. Due to Typhoon Haiyan, Susanna received her first bamboo bank back in 2014, and every time after that, she has been donating all the love she has collected in her bamboo bank.
I was once a typhoon victim. I know that money is a very important aspect in our lives. I save a little every day, hoping to help others in need.
Nothing can stop the pure thoughts in our hearts. In times like this, we must all come together as one and endure the storm hand in hand. German Tzu Chi volunteers received 80,000 masks, and in Hamburg, they delivered 25,000 masks to nursing homes, medical institutions, and overseas Chinese association. They also traveled more than 200 kilometers away to Papenburg to send out masks, helping the residents there pass through difficult times.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Hamburg delivered boxes of masks to different hospitals, private clinics, nursing centers, Taiwanese companies, and even Chinese association.
Thank you, Tzu Chi, for giving us masks.
Thank you very much. Taiwan is the best.
I'm very, very proud to be Taiwanese. This time I can even get a free mask.
A box of masks has also been sent to the nursing home that Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology students visited last summer. Director Odath came out to receive it personally.
We have sent 1,000 masks here. The director is very happy, saying that it might be impossible for our students to come here this year, yet we have thought of them.
These supplies are very urgent and necessary for frontline workers. Tzu Chi volunteers in Hamburg continue to deliver them to all parts of the country for 4 consecutive days. Apart from the laboring Gosendorf and Busahuda, they also went 200 kilometers away to Papenburg, where the wife of the deputy mayor is from Kaohsiung, Taiwan.
A very grand Taiwanese expo was held last year. It's a great honor to have many Taiwanese communities from all over Germany join. And because of this, we in this small town in the Northwest have established an affinity with Taiwan.
During the difficult times in this epidemic, the beauty of this friendship and mutual assistance are seen.
Durch diese Risikobelastung und das wird uns sehr, sehr helfen.
We are really very grateful to your foundation for helping us in this difficult time. We are very happy.
In Sonnian, a town located in the middle of Germany, there is a Tzu Chi volunteer whose grandma is staying in a nursing home there. Knowing masks are lacking, volunteers specially came to deliver the masks.
My colleague said that it is not easy to get this supply in Germany. We're really appreciative of your donation.
During the lunchtime, as it is restricted by epidemic control, volunteers can only have lunch inside their car. Although they cannot eat properly, they are very happy because they have a caring and grateful heart all along.
There are sayings on the internet that one cannot wash hair when they are on their period, as some girls say that they experience blood clotting while washing hair. Is it true? Let's hear the doctor's opinion.
Have you heard that when women has their menstrual period, they shouldn't wash their hair because it might cause the blood to clot?
Actually, I don't believe it because back at the ancient time, they don't even have a hair dryer. Now, one can even wash hair after giving birth. Why can't one wash hair during the period?
Some people on the internet say that after they wash their hair, the period blood will suddenly become less, so they can only wait a few days after the period is over. Is it scientifically true?
When we are washing hair, we usually rinse it with hot water. At this moment, the blood vessels on our head will expand, so the blood will concentrate on our head, which will affect the womb and the circulation of the pelvic cavity temporarily.
Also, many people are lazy to blow dry their hair after washing it, which may cause one to get a cold and affect the period.
When you wash your hair, you should also wash your abdomen part because it can improve the circulation of the pelvic cavity and soothe the period pain. Secondly, you must keep your body warm after washing hair to avoid getting a cold. Thirdly, you must blow dry your hair right after washing your hair.
The doctors say that there were indeed some patients' period got affected due to washing hair. However, there were also many other factors, so it's not the only reason. As long as one practices the protective measures, you can still keep your hair clean.
There are over 20,000 premature babies in Taiwan every year, and those who are born under 1,000 grams only have 50% chance of survival till the age of 1. 13 years ago in Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital, there was a premature baby, Xie Chun-an, who only weighed 720 grams when she was born. With the tender care by the medical staff, she was able to grow up healthily. Following the teacher's dance moves, the kids show their passion towards dancing. Xie Chun-an, who started learning since she was young, is very familiar with the dance moves.
I've learned dancing for 8 years, 5 years ballet and 3 years street dance.
Her height is 144 cm at 13 years old, which is a little shorter than average, but her overall development had gone well. It's very hard to know that she has been born very prematurely.
Because An was very small, they used both hands to carefully receive her head during birth. I'm very grateful whenever I speak about this.
When Xie was born, she was immediately sent to the incubator and was fixed with an NG tube. She was only 26 weeks old and weighed 720 grams. According to the statistics by the Premature Baby Foundation of Taiwan, a baby who is born below 1,000 grams had 50% chance of survival to the age of 1. If a child survives over that age, there will be multiple health issues in the future.
Premature babies arrive in this world a little early, so their organs are not fully developed. But if you take very good care of them, they will also grow up normally. I think that we should not give up on them. We should give all the premature babies hope in the future.
With patience and mindfulness, the medical team are changing the fate of the premature baby. Little Anan was discharged after staying for over 120 days in the hospital. She grew up healthily with the love from everyone. She started learning dancing when she was 5, and her every dance move is not only energetic but full of confidence. Throughout this journey, Anan's mother is grateful towards the medical staffs.
Anan has grown up now. I'm very thankful towards the medical staffs. Not only do they take care of sickness, but they also take a very good care of us psychologically. They are safeguarding people's health and also safeguarding society's love.
Thank you, Auntie Lulu and all the medical staff at Tzu Chi Hospital.
We're grateful for the care given by the medical staff which enabled Anan to grow up safely. And hopefully, she will have the ability to help those in need in the future. May is the Tong flowers blossom season, and many people will come enjoy the scene in Tucheng, New Taipei City. Local Tzu Chi volunteers seized the opportunity to hold Buddha Day ceremony at the park. Let's take a look.
In the morning at Qinghe Park, Tzu Chi volunteers are busy setting up the venue for Buddha Day ceremony. They have placed flowers, fruit, Great Awakened One, bells and drums. Many people have come with their families.
Buddha Day ceremony attendees can join our book study group. We can learn the Buddha's spirit and form good affinities with the people.
The book study group is the Buddhist Sutra study group held after the Buddha Day ceremony. Volunteers invite people who have studied Buddhist teachings to share their thoughts.
Today, our study group and Buddha Day ceremony can be related to what we call accomplishments. The preparation accomplishment refers to how we decided on a venue and time of the event. Then the public accomplishment refers to how everyone came to join the study group.
If you want to study the Buddhist teachings well, you must first be a good person. That means to uphold the precepts. First of all, you must be a good person. If you're not a good person, you might commit crimes and become anxious. This way, you will face retributions as well.
During the epidemic time, city volunteers hold a Buddha Day ceremony and book study group outdoors. As they cultivate themselves, they've also formed good affinities with the public.
There's a recycling station called Zhongxiao Recycling Station, which is situated in a small alleyway in New Taipei City's Banqiao. It is filled with recycling volunteers and Tzu Chi volunteers who handle a massive number of plastic bags each day. Many of the volunteers are seniors in their 70s and 80s. Since it's nearing Mother's Day, Tzu Chi volunteers visited with carnations to celebrate with them.
Wearing a back brace and a wrist guard on her left hand, this 85-year-old Miss Liao even wears a pair of scissors as a necklace.
When I've eaten, I'll want to come here. When the sun is out, I want to be here. It brings me much more happiness than getting paid. I don't know why. I just know it doesn't cause me anxiety. It gives me happiness.
81-year-old Zhong Ruifeng doesn't want to waste her golden years as she is looking out for her grandchildren.
I am helping to save the planet, and it also helps the next generation and the ones after that. They can live on a much cleaner planet.
This tiny recycling station in Banqiao's Zhongxiao Road is dedicated to plastic bag recycling. Zhu Jinghua has over 10 years of experience in processing all types of plastics.
In my heart, I think the planet can be cleansed if we work together to pick up these recyclables that are normally thrown away as garbage. It will feel like there is less trash around.
As water is a valuable resource, the volunteers here use other sources to wash the plastic bags.
We don't use running water, but collected rainwater to do this, and it's a small amount. We then use our hands to clean it, and a brush to scrub it clean. This way, the buyers will accept it.
These volunteers are mother figures protecting the community as well as the earth.
They're like mothers to us, even though they're older, but they're dedicated to giving of themselves. We're very respectful of them.
Someone else was collecting them, but then they stopped it, and I felt it wasn't good that everyone was throwing it in the garbage. So then I collected them for Tzu Chi, and it was from that time on that I became more involved in doing this.
As it's nearing Mother's Day, Tzu Chi volunteers present them with carnations made out of plastic bags as a symbol of their gratitude and respect.
Tzu Chi volunteers prepared over 400 vegetarian lunch boxes to be sent to public departments across 4 districts in Kaohsiung. A library director also shared many vegetarian books to show people the benefits of vegetarianism.
As the camera zoomed out, you can see that volunteers formed many circles with 6 or 7 people each to prepare and cook the food ingredients. Volunteers prepared the food with love and put an accessory on top of the lunchboxes with blessings. The vegetarian lunchboxes were delivered to 20 government departments in Chaotou, Zhiguan, and other 2 districts. They prepared 474 lunchboxes within 2 days, so it is important to count them before delivering. The public officers have been dedicated to fight the epidemic. The vegetarian lunchboxes were volunteers' love to give them encouragement. The district officers enjoyed the meals joyfully. The director of the library brought all the vegetarian books in the library especially.
We're very grateful to Tzu Chi volunteers for bringing us these wonderful vegetarian food to cheer us up. There are over 100 books about vegetarianism in the library, and they teach us how to cook and stay healthy.
By sharing the vegetarian books, the public officers responded to the kindness and built good connections through vegetarian diet.
Researchers have found that mentally challenged people have a higher chance of facing discrimination and pressure. If they do not receive proper medical treatment, they might lose control of their behaviors and conduct violent acts. In the past years, there are a few murder cases committed by mentally challenged individuals. In Taiwan, judges will conduct psychiatric assessment of murder suspects to give mentally challenged people a chance to start a new chapter of their lives.
Anti-society personality is not considered mental illness. Therefore, the murderer Zheng Jie's sentence was not mitigated, and he was sentenced to death. However, in the past years, there were crimes committed by mentally challenged people. The mentally challenged murderers did not receive medical treatment, and their behaviors went out of control.
If you're mentally challenged, would you dare to let other people know about it? If you tell people about it, you'll be stigmatized. Mentally challenged individuals do not dare to ask for help, and their parents are afraid that people might find out.
In Taiwan, suspected murderers need to undergo psychiatric assessment before the court sentencing. People who are diagnosed as mentally challenged individuals who have lost their sound minds can escape criminal law sentences. Suspected murderers who had partial consciousness when committing a crime can have their sentence reduced, but they need to undergo treatment.
Kaohsiung Municipal Kaixuan Psychiatric Hospital is Taiwan's largest hospital for custody and protection. There are 40 mentally challenged criminals here. They are undergoing mental treatment for 6 months to 5 years.
While most of their treatment is the same as other mentally challenged patients, due to custody and protection, they are not as free as other patients.
In the custody wards, there are surveillance cameras to monitor the behaviors of patients all day long. This is different from most hospital wards that do not install cameras as a way to protect the privacy of the patients.
We let the mentally challenged criminals distinguish their mental disabilities or mental illness and mitigate their mental conditions. The goal is for them not to commit a crime again. So basically, it's a treatment.
The public may mistakenly think that mental illness is like a time bomb, but that is not true. A research done on 830 murderers serving their sentences in 20 Taiwan prisons found that 85.7% do not have mental illnesses. Only 4.8% of them are mentally challenged. Most murder cases are not caused by mental illnesses, but they are the result of people losing control of their behaviors. Nevertheless, acute schizophrenia patients, when not treated, could not distinguish between reality and illusion and could have violent behaviors.
A voice told me what to do, and I followed its instructions. It said that my wife does not accept me and I should punish her. Then I beat her up till her eyes were swollen.
After committing domestic violence, Da Sheng was sent to hospital for compulsory treatment. After 15 years of treatment, his condition is now under control.
Back then, I had illusions and could hear voices. After being treated at the hospital, I no longer have these symptoms.
In the early days, mentally challenged patients in Taiwan often received compulsory treatment. However, in 2008, under the new Mental Health Act, patients no longer have to face compulsory treatment unless they hurt themselves and other people.
Some mentally challenged people do not commit serious crimes, but they keep causing small problems. We can only suggest that they receive medical treatment. If they do not agree, we will initiate the compulsory community treatment.
Compulsory community treatment means that the medical personnel will go to the houses of mentally challenged individuals to provide them with medications. This is different from sending people to the hospital. They're patients, not criminals, so we must strike a balance between the patient's human rights and public safety.
A group of volunteers whose age totals more than 1,000 years old went to the Kaohsiung Jingsi Hall to set up for the upcoming Buddha Day ceremony. We'll leave with these images. Thank you and goodbye.